Now let us discuss about removal of useless symbols in simplification of context-free grammar CFG. Here the symbol means non-terminal. We know that we have two types of terminals, non-terminal and terminal. Non-terminal is represented by uppercase letters, whereas terminals are nothing but lowercase letters. So here symbol means non-terminal. Here our target is we want to remove useless non-terminals, useless uppercase letters. So here we have two steps are there. We can call a symbol as an useless symbol if it satisfies two properties. The first property is non-terminal must not be derived from the starting symbol. So if a non-terminal is not derived from starting symbol, then we can call that symbol as useless symbol. Let we have a productions like this. S produces AB, A produces A. Here the start symbol is S. Why? Because start symbol means the first production left hand side non-terminal. So here the non-terminals must be derived from the start. Non-terminals must not be derived from the start symbol. Okay. Here if you take A is derived from the, here we have A production. A produces A. But B productions are not there. Okay. Here B productions are not there in this problem. So we can say that B is not derived from the start symbol. So we can say that B is useless symbol. Why? Because B productions are not available here. B is not reachable from S, whereas A is reachable from S. Why? Because A productions are present in the problem, but B productions are not present in the problem. So we can say that B is not reachable from S. So that's why we can say that B is useless symbol. Okay. And the second condition is if a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals. So every non-terminal must produce a string of terminals. If a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals, then we can say that it is useless symbol. So totally we have two properties are there. What is the first property? Every non-terminal must not be derived from the start symbol. And the second property is if a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals. Let us solve these two examples. Let us see the second example first. This is the simple example. So here we have two productions are there. S produces xy are 0, x produce 1. Here what is the first condition? Non-terminal must not be derived from the start symbol. If you take this problem, here we have x produces y, x implies y. So we can say that x is reachable from S. We can reach to x from S. But y productions are not there in the problem. So we can say that y is not reachable from S. Y is not reachable from S. So this non-terminal is not derived from the starting symbol. So we can say that xy is useless production. Why? Because here y is useless symbol. So all the productions associated with y are useless. But in this problem we have only one production, that is xy. So we can remove S implies xy. And what is the next one? S implies 0. Here every non-terminal must produce a string of terminals. So if a non-terminal produce a string of terminals, then there is no problem. Okay, that is useful symbol only. Okay, but if a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals, then we can say that that is useless symbol. Okay, here this non-terminal is producing S produces 0. This non-terminal is producing terminal. 0 is nothing but terminal only. So it is producing terminal symbol. So this is useful production. Next, x implies 1. So this non-terminal is also producing terminal symbol. So this is also useful productions. So here after eliminating useful symbols, the grammar is these two productions. S implies 0, x implies 1. Let us solve the first example so that you will get the perfect clarity. If you have any doubts, S produces A 11B or 11A. S produces 11B or 11. So totally we have 4 productions associated with S. Next, A produces 0, B produces BB. So now our target is we have to remove useless symbols from the grammar and we need to write the final grammar. Let us see the problem here. What is the first point here? First, let us check the non-terminals. Here we have A, B. Here we have A. So here S is producing 2 non-terminals, A and B. Let us check whether A and B are there or not. Here we have A production as well as B production. So we can say that A is reachable from S as well as B is reachable from S. So A and B are useful productions only. A and B are not, they are not useless symbols. Okay. A and B are useful only. Okay. So there is no need to remove these two. Next, let us see the second condition. What is the second condition? If a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals. So if a non-terminal produce a string of terminals, then that is useful. Whereas if a non-terminal cannot produce a string of terminals, that is useless. Okay, let us start from the A. Let us consider A. What are A productions? A produces 0. A implies 0. So this is useful production only. Why? Because this non-terminal is producing terminal symbol. This is useful only. There is no need to remove this one. Okay. If it is useless production, then we have to remove that one. Next production, B implies BB. Let us check whether it produces terminals or not. So what is B here? B produces only BB. So in place of B, we can substitute BB. Next again, in place of B, we can substitute BB. So likewise, we will get n number of B's while doing the derivation. So we can say that this is what? Useless production. This is useless production. So here B is useless symbol. Why? Because B is not producing terminal symbols. So we can say that all the productions associated with B are useless. All the productions associated with B are useless. Why? Because B is what? An useless non-terminal. So what are the productions associated with B? Here we have A11B. So S produces A11B. Here we have B. This production is associated with B. So we can say that this is useless production. Why? Because B produces only non-terminals. B doesn't produce terminals. If it is not producing terminals, then we can say that it is an useless production. So this is useless one. Next, S produces 11B. So this is also useless production. Why? Because this production is associated with B. Next, what are the remaining productions? Here we have one production. S produces 11A. Here we have another production. S produces 11. Let us check whether those two are useful or useless. S produces 11A. S produces 11. What is A? A means 0. So here S is producing 110. So it is nothing but terminals. Terminals are nothing but digits only. Terminals are digits, lowercase letters, some symbols, plus, minus, star, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, likewise. So this is useful only. Why? Because it is producing terminals. Next one, S produces 11. S produces 11. So this is also useful production. Why? Because it is producing terminals. So what is the grammar after eliminating useless symbols? The final grammar is here we have eliminated A11B. Next, S produces 11A. So this is useful only. Next, 11B is useless. S produces 11. Next, A produces 0. So after eliminating useless symbols, the grammar contains these three productions. A produces 0, S produces 11, S produces A11B. So in this way, we can eliminate useless symbols in this way, we can eliminate the useless symbols from the context-free grammar. So these are the productions which we are get after eliminating the useless symbols. So initially we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 productions. We have eliminated 2 productions. So these 3 are the final productions.